Boom. Boom, 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 boom. I don't want to see that person. Boom, 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 boom. There we are. Now we're back up and running. Intended for certain audiences, whatever that means. Okay. Here we are. So I wanted to point out really quick that the fix that I did for my water actually worked. It worked better than I expected. I turned my water on and there's no leak. What did I do to fix it? Well, the outside pipe to my forge was leaking really, really bad. And I think someone saw it and turned it off to make sure I'm not wasting water. Well, I didn't have water for the forge. So I went out there and I checked and I turned it on and the thing just exploded and water went everywhere. And I was just like, that's not good. That's probably why somebody turned it off. So today, when I got here to the forge, I took a bunch of super glue and I literally just squirted it onto the pipe where it was leaking out. And I made sure I did a whole wrap around the pipe to make sure it got all the connectors. And I recently, before I started this stream, I turned it on. And it is not leaking. So I'm very excited about that. The more eagle-eyed of you guys will notice that something is very wrong. And that something is that I ruined all of my video footage of Act 3 and Act 4. If you guys were a part of my stream on Thursday and Friday of last week, I exported all of that footage and everything, and I put it into my DaVinci Resolve, and it ended up ruining all the footage because apparently for some reason it recorded all the sound and my voice on the same channel, and I cannot make another video like that. So instead of just saying whoops, we're done, I have reverted my save as best as I could through Diablo 2 Resurrection Editor. I reverted it the best that I could back to Act 3. And we're going to run through Act 3 and 4. And then hopefully today we'll get through 5 as well. But here we are, starting all over again. I am 5 levels higher than I did when I ended Act 2, and I have quite a bit different armor here. I couldn't revert everything back, and the only other solution would be I have to restart Sloshy again. I don't want to do that. So it's either go through Act 3 and Act 4 as if I've already went through it and just kind of completing the quests, or I go and redo Sloshy completely, go through Act 1 and 2, which is... that could have been a way of doing it too, but I like what I have. I don't want to go through the Den of Evil like I did before. Either way, I just left your stream up and you automatically started playing for me. At least I could hear you, just had to refresh the screen. That is cool. That's great. But anyways, let's whatever. Let's get going. I love this portion of the game. Let me just set it up for success here. And turn and death. I love it. Okay. So the map, it has been revealed, and I know where everything's at, but I'm still gonna go through it like I need to. Notable things that happened during the stream that you guys didn't get to see because I'm not using that footage. Ooh, chain gloves, nice. Is that I found, I got to level 30, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and try the electricity traps because I heard that those are really, really good. So I tried them, and they were absolute hot dog shit for this run. I don't know if it was because I have so many monsters here, or they really truly are just trying to troll me into thinking that those are really good, but they are not. They were not. It turned Act 3 into an absolute slog. Like, I had to stop and like wait for things to die so that the corpse explosion part could be activated, and it was not fun. It was not fun at all. Got the waypoint here. That's the Arachnin layer. I don't want that one. I want the spider cavern. It was not fun at all. So, ooh, crystal sword. Let's see if it's a 4-socket. Probably isn't. 2-socket. Get out of here. So, I went through all of Act 3 with that going on. Using the fire. I'm sorry. Let me redo that. I went through Act 3 using all of the electric traps, and it took me forever. It took me forever to do it. So, at the end of Act 3, I actually cheated a little bit. I cheated in the sense that I went to the Diablo 2 Resurrected editor online, and I gave myself a token of absolution to revert myself back to a fire trap assassin. To revert myself back to a fire trap assassin. And I haven't looked back ever since. I went through all of Act 4 with the fire traps, and it was kind of was a slog a little bit here and there, because you have not fire immune yet, but you do have fire resistant enemies, most notably the Venom Lords. Those are definitely fire resistant, to say the least. And it took me a little bit more to get through them. I died a few times here and there, and I'm still going to use the footage for the death counter. I'm still going to use that footage for the death counter when I get to that point, but it was not a good one. So I went through all of Act 4 and had fun. It was all good. Nothing really wrong happened there. And then I got to Act 5, and then I was like, okay, let me export all this footage so that I can start editing it over the weekend. And then I realized that my OBS, I don't even know why. I haven't changed any settings in my OBS, like, at all during this whole recording. But they decided, 2 of them? Okay, I'll get up there in a minute. But it changed. It changed around. Where is it? Did I just pick it up on accident? Nope, he's still down there. But I didn't change any of the settings in the entire time that I've been recording any of this. So, get out of here. But it restarted recording everything on the same track, and it ruined everything. It ruined everything, and that makes me very mad. I don't care about you. Let's just use you. Actually, hold on a second. Let me see if I can just pick this up. Oh, never mind. We got a Grand Scepter right there too. Ta-da. It ruined everything, and I can't use that footage. At least I could use the footage, but what had happened was the sound is a little too loud for the VOD, and I can't change that because when I edit my videos, I like having my voice higher than the sound around it, so you guys can actually hear, what's going on. Who else? Tooth. I probably need to start selling. I need to start selling some set items I know I'm not going to use. Shadowfang, 2-headed sword. 50% deadly strike. That's actually pretty cool. Cold resist. It's a nice weapon. All to be sold, though. So when I edit the videos, I want them to be higher, or I want my voice to be higher than the music around it, and if I can't ensure that, then it's really, really hard for me to edit that video. So instead of just editing that video, or editing the videos to make it very much just not fun. Oh, they're dropping a lot of set items. I would rather just redo all the acts again. So there you go. Anyways, let's go ahead and head to... Whoops. Or let's deal with the present now. Let's deal with the present. I'm currently going through Act 3 of Diablo 2. This is a re-record, so, you know, we're going to be working through a bunch of stuff as we go. Large shield. Oops. It's like dropping a ton of potions and stuff. Can't carry any more already. Get out of here, Dagger. Is this large shield Saigon's? No, maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. It could be Milibrega's. It could be a bunch of different things. So while we're going through this act, I'm literally just going to speed through it as much as we can. I want to talk about the Rings of Power. Useless Shrine. I want to talk about the Rings of Power. So we're going to cut that inner mix between everything while we are going. I want to see if this is where I'm supposed to go. Yes, it is. Cool. Apris and I watched Rings of Power. And we watched all the way through Season 2. So if you guys don't want to hear anything about Rings of Power, then I suggest you guys turn off now or mute me or whatever. Yes, I know you're overburdened. Ooh, let's see this Maiden Spear. Is it a 6-socketed spear? I very much would be happy if you could see that. Okay, I'll just check it out later. Let's check it out again. Identify all the items that I'm not going to be able to use. I'm not going to trade out Spirit till the end of the game. The Dragon Changed. Masteries for Barbarian. That's interesting. Not a really well-built spear. Sivrib's Cudgel, Klegalog's Shield, Angelic Mantle, and Sivrib's Ward. I think I have all of these. We got a ring. Another Menald heal. I mean, is it better than what I have here? It really isn't. Well, that fire resistance is pretty cool, because I don't have fire resistance. So if I click on this and put it here, we lose a little bit of poison resist, but we gain a lot of fire resist. I'm not going to get rid of that skull loop, because that is, or skill loop, or whatever the heck it was called. Skull loop. Because that's still a nice ring. But 2 Menald heals. Give me some fire resist. And then Arcana's Sign. I don't have an Arcana's. That's cool. Arcana's set. That's interesting. So I want to talk about the Rings of Power for just a moment. So Apris and I watched the Rings of Power. We went all the way through Season 2. And my general assessment of that is it is hot garbage. I think out of general, I would give it a 4 out of 5. I mean, it's not a 4 out of 5, a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 5 with this is hot garbage is a really hard scale. But no, I would give it a 4 out of 10. Why? Well, I want to talk about the good first before I talk about the bad. The good things that they did is they really expanded the world of the dwarves. And that was something that I didn't know that I wanted until it was happening. And I was like, wow, I'm actually like really interested in hearing about Dwarven, what's going on in those lands. And I would love to hear more about it because that's really cool. So it went into it went into the dwarven like politics and we got to see more about what they do or their kind of their cities, which is something that was been drastically lacking over the last. I wonder if. Oh, it is there. Cool. That's something that has been drastically lacking in every single token work that we've seen. Where is that green? I keep seeing that green flash. Okay, fine. I'm just gonna go over here and grab this. Did I open the chest? No, it's right there. Okay, there's way too much stuff around here for me to see what's going on. Let's click the gold. Kaleem's Eye, there we are. And then there's a green, I know there is, somewhere around here. Let's find it. Picking up garbage. Whatever, who cares? Ooh, a jade figurine.
A jade statue. What should I do with it?
So to kind of give you guys a little bit of background, there is very much no dwarven history, lore, world building in any of Tolkien's works. The obvious exception to this rule is The Hobbit, yes, but they don't really go very much into dwarven stuff, even though the Hobbit or Bilbo follows these dwarves for like almost a month. They don't really go into. Get out of here! Just grabbing garbage off the floor everywhere. They don't really go into a lot of the dwarven world or what's important to the dwarves or their cities and stuff like that. And then the Lord of the Rings don't do that either. Vidalius Fetlock. 35% magical items. 150 stamina. We got better. Gleegals, don't care. Eisenhart's case, don't care. Boom, boom. This jade cannot be traded here. Let's go here. And in the Lord of the Rings, they literally don't talk at all about it. At all. Gimli mentions it a few times in the books and in in the books and in the movies. Or Gimli mentions it a few times in the books and the movies, but he doesn't really go into very much. Come on, give me my health. And then when we go into Moria, it's more about. Thank you. Give me my potion. It's more about like traversing Moria, Khazad-dûm, and I wanted to pick up this maiden spear. Than it is about. About actually like dwarf life and dwarf world building. Well, there's a large section of the Rings of Power who is all about the dwarf world and dwarf world building. And that's great. I enjoy that so much because it seems to be like an underwhelmed race. To go back a little bit about what I said about Lord of the Rings, the only time we really talk about visiting like dwarven cities is when Gimli is talking to Legolas about, oh, you should come and see our gem caverns and you should come and see our dwarven works. And then Legolas is like, oh, you should come and see our forest so that we can share the beauty of our cultures. And that's a very sweet moment, and that's really cool. I like that. But other than that, there's nothing. And I think that's something that Rings of Power does. Because there's a large section of that work dedicated to the dwarves. So the second thing they do right is they kind of do the same thing to the orcs as well. Aule bless the dwarf, and yeah, Aule bless the dwarves. Aule. And a little bit of a side note, Apris and I have been playing Return to Moria as well, and it is a very good game to give us kind of a feel about dwarven life. It is a game excuse me, specifically targeted two dwarves and nothing else. Very well, very much nothing else. And I think that's really cool too. But what they do well is they do the same thing to the orcs. The orcs, they don't. Tolkien is a great writer, and the Lord of the Rings books are fantastic. Hobbit is fantastic. These are great books that really highlight a world-building hero's journey. The downside, though, is he focuses so much on these heroes, these world-building, this journey, that the orcs seem very, very one-sided. They seem like they are evil. And that is how they are portrayed in Lord of the Rings. And there's nothing wrong with that, kind of. You know, when you're creating your Ethriel, I hate Ethriel, and I hate that Ethriel and Socketed have the same color. So I don't want to pick Ethriel stuff. That stuff's garbage. But anyways, they seem very one note. They seem evil. They have sided with Sauron, and they are there to destroy everything good and install an evil, fascist, magic-based government, because that is just what they are. And that seems very wrong to me. Oops. Come on. And that just seems very wrong to me. Because that can't be right. There cannot be, in the whole entirety of orcs that they're all evil. Give me more stats, give me more vitality. I'm very happy with that. Give me another level of Wake of Inferno. That can't be true. That can't be true. So these one-note-izing orcs to be what they are just seems wrong. It can't be true. In all of Lord of the Rings, in all of Hobbit, in every work of everything, the orcs are always bad. They're always not good. They're there as an agent of destruction, and that's all that they are. And that seems very black and white. That's the big thing about Tolkien's work, though, is that his writing is very black and white, and it allows for this really powerful hero's journey, triumph against evil, a type of storytelling that's still really good. And if you don't have gray areas, for example, like, hey, let's introduce an orc that's actually good, then you don't have to worry about the nuances of fighting this mass faceless evil army, or this faceless evilness that is the orcs. But again, as I'd mentioned, there's no way that can be right. What Rings of Power does is it humanizes them in a way. It doesn't make them human, but it does point out that the Uruks had more motivations than just, I'm evil, let's be evil, let's destroy everything that's light and good. There is an Uruk in... Okay, guys died. There's an Uruk in... that is with Addar's army that has a child, has a presumably mate or wife or whatever their version of a family unit is, and they push against Addar's single-minded destructiveness of Sauron, and they voice their opinions, and they are somewhat heard, and it really is kind of a plot point in the entire thing that Addar cares very much about these orcs. He does, and they have this not so evil, everything about them evil part. And that's really cool. I think that's really cool. And then they show in Rings of Power that not only are the orcs gray, they're not evil, they have a motivation. They're just trying to find a home that doesn't burn their skin. And then the Rings of Power point out, oh my god, this is a genocide, Jesus. The Rings of Power points out that Sauron deceives them. Sauron deceives them and puts them under his evil spell, his evil whatever, in order to get the orcs on his side. It's not like they were just unhandedly evil. Ooh, a long staff. Which I absolutely appreciate. Oh wait, I need to go to the Flayer Jungle. The Flayer Dungeon. And I appreciate that, because I don't like black and white. I like gray areas. I want to know more about how come the orcs followed Sauron. How come they did what they did, and it comes to find that they were deceived and lied to, and they were put under this evil spell of Sauron. As opposed to, we are evil orcs, we do evil things. Here we are going in the swampy pit. Oh, I don't want to go to the swampy pit. Get out of here. I thought that was the Flayer dungeon. So that is what that does good. That's what they do good. And I very much applaud them for that effort, because it's really easy to just fall into the trap of everything's evil. You're evil because you're dark skin or you're whatever. I don't know. There's a million reasons why someone would be evil. I already know what these are, and I don't want to do that. But what did they do bad? This whole section of the axe is literally going to be me talking about the Rings of Power. 2 sockets, don't care. Cow King's Hooves. Is this level 3? Level 2, damn it. Well, we're going to look at that in just a second. Arctic Mitts, we have one. Serpent Lord's Staff. Barbarian skill levels. This is probably the worst put together staff I've ever seen. 100% mana stolen per hit. Actually, that's too... Oh, maybe not. You could put together a really cool build around this, I think. But I'm not doing that. Eisenhardt's Case. So the Cow King's Hooves. This would be so much better if I had the benefit bonus to it. Or the set bonus to it, but I don't. 35 fire damage is cool. More run walk, although that's a lot less than I'm doing here. I don't like that defense. 40 defense against missiles is really cool. 20 dexterity is really cool too. The cold and fire resist is really cool, and the durability is nice. I like that, but I don't have the set bonuses for it, so I'm not going to use it. Okay, are we clear? Yes, we are clear. More fire damage is not always good, actually, Apris. Because I don't actually use fire damage. Well, actually, hold up a second. Hold on a second. This might actually be good. So that's 35 fire damage. It doesn't say 35 fire damage per hit. It just says fire damage 35. So if I go here, inventory and skill tree. So let's say here, fire damage is 216 to 248. If we go to my inventory and put this on, does that change? 216 to 248. Oh, I guess not. That would have been really cool. Can this compete with my Hawkmail? Fast run walk. That's a lot of defense. No. And I'm going to keep the Cow King's Hooves just in case I get a better item for that set. Okay, let's go back to Flayer Jungle. So, now that we're done with that, this whole half of the section is going to be me talking about Lord of the Rings. Oops, there we go. Beachhead over there. Oh my god. This is literally a genocide. This has to be a war crime. Like, Vietnam, Korea sort of levels of things. Except again, these are black. This is black and white, and all of these people are enemies. So we get what we get. Oh my god, there's so many of them. You know, before we were killing monsters, now we are like killing people and things. I'm not so sure I'm into that. Okay, so what does Lord of the Rings do wrong? Or The Rings of Power do wrong? It is, in essence, terrible story writing. It is, in essence, terrible story writing. Galadriel. Start with her. She is a one-note pony. Throughout the entire story, very, very, very little actual character growth, character progression. Very little. Because she is this one-note vengeance machine that is really just a huge fucking... I want to say a really bad word that's disparaging towards women, but she's terrible. She's just straight up terrible. Ooh, there's the gibbon. And it may she's hard to realize that she's a good person. Just her mannerisms, the way she acts, the way she treats everything, her single-minded, like, push towards, we have to kill Sauron, we have to kill two for every single cost that could possibly be, makes her just a terrible character. I literally cannot empathize, or, oh my god. Why these people can't die? There we go. Makes her a single-minded, terrible, she's terrible. She's absolutely terrible all around. And every single time she was on screen, at least for the first... Oh, thank you, Mom, for subbing up again. And for the first season and a half, every time she was on screen, I would just turn to Apris and say... And every time she is on screen, I realize just a little bit more why everybody hates the elves. She uses... everybody. She gaslights them into thinking that this is exactly what they want. And she ruins everything. Big, giant plot spoiler here. If you guys don't want to be plot spoiled by Lord of the Rings of Power, you can go ahead right now and mute me or whatever. But... I do not, in any way, shape, or form, understand why she did not tell that Halbrand was Sauron to the two people who could have done something about it. As in matter of fact, the whole last section, the whole second season, could have been resolved before it even happened if she would have just told Celebrimbor and Elrond that Halbrand was Sauron. She found it out. She was put under her spell, and for some stupid, fucked up, dumb ass plot reason, she did not. And as a matter of fact, the main plot of the beginning of Season 2 is literally Elrond knowing that Halbrand was Sauron and racing to Gil-galad, which is the king of the elves, to tell him that, hey, let's not use these rings because... they were created possibly with Sauron's influence. And what did they do? They used the rings anyways. You know what would have happened if Galadriel just boobed up and told Celebrimbor and Elrond, that the Rings of Power could possibly have been influenced or made by Sauron? The exact same thing, with one huge caveat. That huge caveat being that Celebrimbor may or may not have fallen under the grasp of Sauron, Halbrand, and maybe, possibly not have made the Rings of Power for the men and the dwarves, which is truly what allowed Sauron to become very powerful. I want to go into something really quick before we move on. I've said this before, and I want to say it a million more times, because I think this is very much a hard truth in the Lord of the Rings universe. The hard truth is that, or not the hard truth, but a solid truth. A solid truth is that, there's the Flare Jungle, by the way, or the Flare Dungeon, we got that done for. Again, I'm going to use this whole act to talk about Ring of Power, because that's just what this is going to be. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit are like, they're like beautifully constructed Victorian 1800s-esque homes. If you go into one of those homes and try to remodel, people are going to be really angry because you are ruining historically important things. And that is what the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, the Hobbits is. When they made the Lord of the Rings books, they did make some changes to things, and it was done in a sense to do better story writing, given the limitations of time that they had to tell that entire story. But there were some fairly significant changes that happened that's different in the book and in the movies, and people kind of railed against them for it because they're changing around the fundamental story of those books. Same for The Hobbit. People were angry. They were livid because the second half of the second movie and the third movie departed so strongly from the books. And they did it for whatever reason they were wanting to do it for. Another Cthulhu. I think I have a Cthulhu seal. Let's find out about that. Sorcerer's is on stay. Cthulhu's mesh. Hawkmail again. Don't care. Cthulhu's rule. I have one of these, but I'm never going to use it. I probably shouldn't have sold it. See if I had one that could match up with a bunch of other ones. Let's just put you in there. Map. No, stop. Inventory. Let's see if we have slots for these. Let's just use them because I don't care. Drop you. Alright, moving on. They were so mad because they changed around the story, fundamentally changed around the story, and I honestly think the Hobbit movies, the trilogy, were at worst for it. They were at worst for it. And also, as a little bit of a side note, I don't want to go into it because we're not talking about The Hobbit, they made Thorin Oakenshield seem a lot more crazy than he actually was in the movie, as opposed from the books. But we can talk about that at a little later point. But the story of... God, I'm killing so many little people. This has to be something that I'm going to get some, at least angry letters in the mail for. But as opposed to the Silmarillion is, let's say it as a frame of a house. Like, the Silmarillion isn't really a really well-written story. They do have a few places where the story is quite fleshed out and it makes sense and it's actually pretty good. But the mass majority of that book is literally just a terrible rambling of somebody who doesn't know what they're writing. Why is this the case? It's because the Silmarillion wasn't really written to be published. It was one of Tolkien's works, yes, but it wasn't. He died before he could finish it. And his son, who took over the estate of the Tolkien works, decided to make some changes to it and publish it. So the Silmarillion is basically just like a framework, right? So you can go into the Silmarillion and... Oh my god, it's just... I'm talking about nerd stuff and also killing thousands of little people. I lost my train of thought. So the Silmarillion is kind of just a framework. You know, there's some good stories in it, but most of it is just like, you do what you want to do, build your house around that framework, and as long as you don't change the framework very much, then please go ahead and make as much work as you possibly can, because I want Lord of the Rings. I want Lord of the Rings works. So I probably talked 20 minutes now about just that section. Excuse me. Excuse me again. So what the Lord of the Rings, the Ring of Power, is doing is they're making up their own story around the creation of the rings, and we know what's going to happen. You know, what's his face? Galadriel, Elrond, Gil-galad, Sauron. These big names. We know that they're going to live. We know that they're going to survive. It's just that's what the bones of the story is telling us. But how the Rings of Power were made, how that relates to everybody's storylines and stuff like that is up for debate and up for creation of somebody who wants to take that effort to do that. So I am not so mad about whoever is creating this Rings of Power story. I'm not so mad that they're changing things around and making a cohesive story. I am angry that they're doing it poorly. I am angry that they're doing it poorly. There was no reason at all, in any way, shape, or form, was there ever a reason that, given Galadriel's hatred for Sauron, and given her character, does she ever, in any way, shape, or form, not at all tell the people who could do things about it who Sauron was? And that literally started me off on, this is a really fucking poorly written story. This is a poorly written story. There is nothing around it. That one plot point made me absolutely just... I can't anymore. I can't anymore with this story. I'm just deleting things that I don't want. Sorry, says Iron Stay. That is Sanders' superstition. Huh. 2, 3. Fuck me, of course it is. Well, I wish I could get Sanders' superstition at level 2, because then we can get a third thing for that one, and that would be interesting. Deposit this massive amount of gold that I just have doing everything. There's no way that should have happened. There's no way it should have happened in any way, shape, or form. And that kind of goes into another reason why I hated this story. It's because the Rings of Power went for, I think, 10 episodes on the first season and 8 episodes on the second one. None of the story elements that were brought forth were deserved. They weren't deserved at all. Why do I say that? Well, let's just talk about the Númenórean section in the beginning. Galadriel gets shipwrecked. Well, she doesn't get shipwrecked. She jumps off the ship to not go back to the Promised Land or whatever. And she ends up getting picked up by a Númenórean ship. We come to find out through a lot of world building that the Númenóreans just, they hate the elves. They hate the elves. For whatever reason they do, or for whatever reason's going on, they don't really go into that very much, but the Numenorians hate the elves. But Galadriel needs an army. Galadriel needs an army. So, after being deemed as evil and bad, and nobody wants to work with her, they decide that they're going to ship her off into the Middle Earth so that they don't have to deal with her, and they don't have to deal with an elf on their lands, because everybody hates elves. Everybody does, even the queen. The queen absolutely hates the elves too. Or not so much hates, but more is being pushed to not trust her because everybody around her hates the elves. Ooh, here's the book. Finally, I get to complete this quest. Liam Neeson's tone. That's enough of that. Let's get moving. So, Galadriel tries to convince the queen of, I need an army. We need an army to go fight Sauron. Sauron is evil, and we need to do this. And she's like, no, we're not doing that. We're not sending Numenorians to die for your made-up quest of Sauron being back. So they ship her out on the ship, but magically, just magically, one single conversation with Galadriel at the very end and some falling leaves somehow convinced the queen, magically, that we are now on Galadriel's side. We are now going to send thousands of Numenorians out to fight for her cause. And we are going to do this, that, and the other thing. And it is awful. There was no build-up to it. There was no... The Queen and Galadriel talked maybe 3 times throughout the whole entire story, and it was always about how we don't want you here, how we hate you, how our people are never going to follow an elf. We don't want this to happen. And then magically, she does. She gets her army, and then that's it. The dwarf storyline falls into this too, in some places, where they... Oh, there's the waypoint. Nice. Where they... where this major plot point has to happen, and the plot point just happens. There's no like build up to it. There's no talking about like, are we doing the right thing? Are we creating or doing the best decision for dwarf society, for human society? It is, oh, you know, this is something that's weird. This is something that's bad. Oh, and then let's do it. Oh, I'm out of potions. Why am I out of potions? Whoops. There's no build-up in any of the storylines that make me feel that this was deserved. And you can find that all throughout the Rings of Power. All throughout the Rings of Power. That these big, giant story elements that could have taken almost a whole season for us to like build up into, or at least an episode to build up into, they don't build up into it. Everybody knows what to say to everybody to magically change their mind about everything, even though they were very much against... Oh, let's see if we got another... Or if... even though they were very much against what they were saying in the first place, it just takes one just everybody knows what to say conversation. And then... Oh, I don't think I have Death Guard. That's interesting. Garbage. Where do I go for Liam Neeson's tone? Oh, talk to Alcor. Who the fuck is Alcor? I think it's this guy up here. Yeah, he is. And it makes for just poor storytelling. Let's talk about another time that absolutely just and this is probably a better example. So the elves land on Middle Earth's. Oh, I forgot to do the only thing I meant to do while I was there. So the elves land on Middle Earth soil, and they ride to the rescue of the second of third parts of the plot, the humans that are being raided through by the orcs. And the humans are fighting. They're fighting the orcs. They're doing okay, which, by the way, again, really stupid. That they do all of this effort and then none of it works, even though it looks like it. Oh my god, move! Even though it looks like it's working, it's kind of a pain in the ass. But magically, somehow, some way, in some plot hole-esque like revelation, that the Numenorians magically ride to the assistance of these. That's the crest up there. Of these humans without any prior knowledge of anything. They are just seen running across the field and being heroic and taking like glory shots of like of the elves and men being just so strong and willing to help the people around them. How did they know about that? How did they know that they should be riding in that direction? How did they land in just the perfect spot? Is this fire? No. In just the perfect spot to be exactly where they need to be to save these humans. The men. How? They didn't send scouts forward. They didn't talk about, oh, hey, orcs are attacking this settlement. We must go save them now. They just magically know that this is where they need to go. And that is frustrating to me. Couldn't have they just thrown in a little bit of a section about, hey, we sent scouts out and we found that the orcs are attacking the settlement. Why don't we go do that as our first thing? And then Galadriel will be like, and then you have my bow, or whatever elves say, because they're all one-note garbage people. And then they can ride off and do it. None of the story that was in Lord of the Rings was earned. They just kind of are advancing plot points. And I hate it. I hated it. Long story short, every time Galadriel was on screen, I rolled my eyes because she was just an insufferable cunt. And then every single time the Numenorian plot was on the screen, I knew that none of this was going to matter. Any of the plot points that weren't just them directly fighting Uruk was just going to be a hop, skip, and a jump. Am I already full? What the fuck? Picking up this garbage wasn't going to matter because they were just going to... What? Did I drop that for some reason? They were just going to jump over it anyways, and no other plot point was going to matter. So who cares? So, why do I care so much? Into the very end of all of this, why do I care so much? Because the Rings of Power, in the end, is just someone's interpretation of some events that were going to happen. Why do I care so much? Because if you're going to make a Tolkien work, if you're going to spend the time to take this beloved... oh my god, I'm getting literally just massacring humans left and right. If you're going to take the time to make a work of art out of what is already essentially seen as a work of art, make it good. Okay, I'm literally just now stuck. Can we get something that's working here? Thank you. Make it good. I got stuck. So take the time to build the story. Take the time to build the world. Take the time to actually make it good. And I do not think that Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, took the time to make it good. And that is a sin that I cannot abide by. Can we make my shit work all of a sudden? Come on. So, with all of that in mind, actually, I think this would probably be a better way. He is fire enchanted, but this does a lot more damage. There may be someone down the road that does it again. We love to repeat stuff. I agree. I would love to have another chance at a good work of Tolkien. What the hell? I thought you were closer to dying. Oh, he's being cured. That's what's going on. Can't carry anymore. Let's get you over one. The Lord of the Rings is a masterful work. It is done with so much care to the source material. Oh, what am I doing? Wrong one. It's done with so much care to the source material that, like, it is a masterpiece. The Hobbit, for the first half of it, is the same way. For the first half, or for the first movie and the second half of the second movie is done. Oh, I didn't identify him. It's done in that way. Tancreds, Cathans, Siverbs, Cathans. I really should just stop picking up. Ooh, Infernal Sign? That's interesting. Should stop really picking up set items. But the Hobbit movies were good. They were overall, I think, good. Were they great? No. Did they deserve better? Yes. But they were still good works. You could tell that the person that was putting that together cared about the work. Although they did go out down the rails later down in the story. Oh, that's the wrong one. I want to do that one. Alright, cool. So, where was I at? I had a bunch of messages I wanted to read. So where was I at? Make it good. Just make it good. Take the time to make it good. The Lord of the Rings Ring of Power is not done with that same care. And I would very much have liked it to have been done with that same care, but we know it wasn't, so there we are. So now, at risk of making this entire video about Lord of the Rings, because we've only been playing for about an hour, and I've been talking massively just about that video, or just about those videos, here we are at the Durance of Hate. I very much just kind of speed run through everything, and here we are. Okay, come on. That wasn't a very good potion. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I want to point out something I said before. You know, in the Durance of Hate, we truly are just killing like monsters again. So it's not nearly like as terrible. Do we have some potions around here? There we go. I don't care. I know what that is. But this really does feel like I am mowing down a lot, and it makes me feel a little more questioning about my efforts. And the only reason I bring that up is because we were just talking about gray areas and all that stuff, even though the literal manifestation of evil is not a gray area. But, you know, the Zakarum are just kind of like fanatics of the Zakarum is just fanatics of Mephisto. So, are they truly evil? But here I am, literally mowing them down. Did I run out of potions already? Wow, I just literally didn't do anything I was wanting to do.
Yes. Hello.
Trade. Shift. Click. Don't care. Gore shovel. That's a nice regenerate mana, but it's two-handed. Screw that, get rid of that, and all that stuff. I don't know why I'm picking it up. We got potions. But yes, Apris, I feel like it's a really... I feel like I am just waiting for someone to do Lord of the Rings right again. And that's just not something we're getting over the last pieces of media and art that we work with it. So, when I am in a normal game of Diablo, my thoughts about, am I doing war crimes, doesn't really manifest. And I think it's because I'm only killing some people. I'm killing small groups of people, small groups of enemies and stuff like that. So it doesn't register in my mind that I'm causing literally a pure genocide of a whole entire race of beings. And then when we're talking about pure evil, I don't care about killing pure evil. I mean, these are just pure evil creatures. That's exactly what it is. And here we are. /players 8. Okay, let's make sure that it is at layer. If I'm gonna go here anyways, I might as well just do it. Apply. Okay. But I now start to get a problem when it comes to like, yes, they are attacking me, Apris. I am basically in self-defense mode here, but is it really truly right to kill off literal generations of people because they are brainwashed, because they are being manipulated or taken... we don't want to be close to this guy. Because they are being taken as evil? Like, what is right here? And as I was mentioning, if it's only like small groups of people, I don't feel that kind of problem, but I am literally killing hundreds, if not thousands, of creatures who might have some gray reasons as to why they are following Diablo and Mephisto. Again,
The monsters in here, not that big of a deal because these are literal pure evil undead. Like, you are not getting hit at all by... There we go, now he's dying. There he is, now he's dead. But I'm talking about, say... Okay, you are... Stop it! I'm talking about, say, like, the Zakarum. Or, not the Steigen dolls, but the Flayers. The Flayers. Am I really there because they're corrupted and evil by Mephisto, or are they defending their homeland? Are they defending their homeland, or are they... Three-socketed staff. Crush flange. Yep, we're all good. What am I talking about? Are they really truly there because they're evil, or are they truly there because they're defending their homeland? Or if they're not defending their homeland, are they truly, honestly so evil that they are not, they're beyond redemption, and that we can't ever, like, make them not be the zealots that they are at some point? So it's definitely something to think about when we're talking about the genocide of entire, like, sentient species. Especially if they're just maybe at best, or maybe at worst, or yeah, maybe at best they are defending their homeland. Or just kind of following a religion. Look at that life go. There goes Mephisto's life. And he is down. Double axe, snarls, Starstone.
Mephisto.
Alright.
Really no match for me.
With that in mind, let's get away from gray areas and go to objectively evil. Objectively evil. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to stop the recording really quick so I have a separate video for Act 3. I'm going to go use the restroom really quick and I'll be back for Act 4. There we go. That entire act, that entire everything was about Lord of the Rings. So, I'm going to stop talking about it for this act. See where we're at. 4 viewers, that's nice. Go ahead and open up my email, see if there's anything interesting in there. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. About any of that. Okay. Let's start the recording again, guys, and let's get on to Act 4. Alright, guys, welcome back to Act 4. I didn't mention it before, and I'm going to sell out for the first time in the entire time that I'm here. Guys, if you don't mind commenting, liking, subscribing, that would be really great. I'm really honestly trying to build Spire of Lazarus. Ooh, let's get into that in a second. Eyes and hearts, eyes and hearts. I'm really trying to build a community. I'm really trying to get people to comment and like my stuff. So I would very much appreciate if you guys would do that. I'll even go into like comments that was pasted on previous videos and stuff. Wow, what I plan on let me do that. I'll even talk about comments that posted on previous videos because I like doing that, showing that off, and like, oh, people said this, and then I'm gonna make a comment about it. I would love to do that. I just need comments to do it with. So if you guys want to be featured in a video just for the low price of posting a comment on my video, please do. Okay, Spire of Lazarus. So Lazarus was the priest at Diablo in Diablo 1 that released Diablo. 1 to fire skills, 1 to mastery. So this is still terribly built. 2 to lightning for sorcerer. So there's that lightning resist though. 93% lightning resist. I've never seen that in my life to be so high. Cold resist, fire resist, poison resist. So if I really wanted like a resist staff, then this would be the place to go for it. But I am not into that. So let's sell that. Let's make sure we have all the potions we need. We do. And then let's repair, which we go to Halbu for. 8,000 in repair costs. And then we move on to the next show. But before, we have to talk to my boy Tyrael. I can travel to Hergroth right now if I wanted to. But again, if you guys weren't here for the last video, I had to reset my Amazon because I had ruined like 2 acts worth of filming, and it made it so that I legitimately could not use the footage. What's my fire resist? 67? So I'm just trying to bust through here. Ooh, give me some fire resist again. So if it seems like you'll see some weird stuff, then you are going to see some weird stuff because I have to redo everything that I did. So, for example, look at the map. The map has already kind of been okay. The map has already kind of. Oh, I know what's going on here. I forgot to change the players to 1. I was like, why is this taking so long to kill? Why is everything dying so slow? It's because everything was at /players 8 still. See what I mean? So I'll just go through a little bit of /players 8. Torture. Let's reset it. I don't want to go through that. Alright, there we go. Let's do this again. Get trade. So, let's identify items. I know what this is. It's another Cathan's Visage and a Crystal Sword I don't care about.
So we are still on the lookout, guys. Well, I'm going to say that as soon as we move into the next one. So I'm still on the lookout for a 4-slot sword. For my spirit, but I'm not hesitating. I just don't. I can't find one because I think the minimum time you can get one is like the in the cow level after Act 5, or technically after Act 4, because you can get that in. You can do that after you kill Diablo. Ooh, studded leather. I think this is... Ooh. Come on. See, even with 63% fire resist, if you are standing in the middle of these Venom Lords breathing fire on you, you will die. Get out of here, Ethereal. We don't talk about Ethereal here. I don't care, I know what it is. But I do care about this, and I think I know what this is. I don't so much care about this.
So now we're just kind of going through Act 1 on the plus more gaming, on the minus repeating.
What does that mean, Apris? I'm not familiar with what you're trying to say. This is the Outer Steppies. Steppies! The Plains of Despair.
Not enough money.
Get our mana potions back super easy, but we never get our health potions back so easy. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yes, yes, absolutely. I just have to play the Assassin Act 3 and 4 like twice now instead of just once. But the good news is I'm going really fast through this one. I've only been recording for 8 minutes and I'm already like halfway through this act. Which is like, maybe good? Or switch over to here to kill... nope, I'm gonna consider this still. Oh, Israel's right there. I was like, where is he?
There he is.
Death. Super mana potion. Jericho was a fool to have trusted me. I don't care. We're gonna go do the rest of that quest as soon as we get back. Falchion, another Falchion. Another Gleam Scythe.
And now we get to the section where things become even more dangerous. Even though I am 36 right now, the addition of these Oblivion Knights definitely changes the dynamic a little bit more. I need to be a lot more careful. Of my placement and everything. Because these guys can curse, they do a lot of damage. And even even though I am quite a bit higher level here, I need to just take it just a tad bit slower. Because all it'll take is one curse for a double damage, and then I get attacked by these pit lords with their fire attack, and then that's it. Even with my insane fire resistance, like this is definitely still a very big problem. I really need, there we go, people to start dropping healing potions. Like, God. All right. Pandemonium Fortress. Let's go ahead and talk to Teriel to give me my skill points. More health. And I got 3 skill points. Well, there's the end of that. 240 to 270, 1400 to 1600. Alright, we have the Soul Stone, right? Yes, we do. We probably should identify all this stuff, too.
Good to see you.
Identify items. Let's see if we got anything good. Probably not. Ah, yes, there we are again. We'll get to that in a second. Arctic Bindings, we have that. Griswold's Edge. 1+1 to all skills. That actually might be enough for me to change this out. Nah, just as a +1 to skill. Berserker's Headgear. Get you to you. Another Gleam Scythe. Ooh, hold on a second. And who cares about that? So this is a 2 and a 4. So this is 40% mana regenerate and 30 mana. 40%, 30 mana. Anything else in here that's really cool that I could use? 4 strength, 20 defense, holy shock, and increased damage. 4 strength, 20 defense, 3 to holy shock, and it's the same weapon. This is the same weapon. That's interesting. So now I want to go really quick to my stash. Mustache. Go here, find the Cow King's level 3, 4. Ugh, I hate this. This is objectively worse. I'm going to sell that one. I don't need it. Now let's set this up here so we have, well, not this one. Set that in here so we know to sell it. Alright, so there we are. trade. Sell all of this garbage that we don't need. Oh, let's get some potions, because we always are in need of more potions. City of the Damned. Oh, wrong ones. Alright, we have Mephisto Soulstone. I would like to clear out the Soulstone first before we move on. Composite bow, full helm. Ah! So I'm seeing a distinct lack of Oblivion Knights, which is really nice. It means I can push this just a little bit faster.
Not enough mana.
I just realized the heater was on the entire time and I meant to turn it off. Oh well. That's what the background removing sound is for. Come on. Move out of my way. Alright, let's go clear out the soul stone. Alright, now we're having a distinct lack of all potions.
I am overburdened.
I am overburdened. Get out of here. I am not overburdened. You guys are just terrible at picking up items. Set you right here. Set you right here. Broadaxe right there. And now I am overburdened. Alright, let's press this. Let's go here. Oh, I didn't mean to. Hellforge Hammer.
I am overburdened.
No, you're not. Give me the Hellforge Hammer. Alright. Anything interesting coming out of here? They can be sold. And on that note, let's go back again. Congratulations, hero.
Evening.
Time has come to hunt down Diablo, which is exactly what we're doing.
Hail to you, Jade.
Let's trade. That's a cool bow. I wish I had an Amazon. I wish I had an Amazon follower. Nope, it's gone. Dusk Keep. Actually, you know what? I don't think I have like a really. No, I don't even have a helmet. Yeah, let's max out your resistances with that. This is Cow King's Hide, level 5. I think this is actually better than that one. 100% enhanced defense versus melee. Okay. Defense, okay. Cold resist, lightning resist, fire resist, poison resist. I think this is actually better. So let's switch it out. And then, let's see if we actually have a Cow King piece that we can use, which I'm pretty dang sure I don't. 3, 5, 2. I hate using these. So we got Millibriga's Orb. If I had a Paladin. Gore Shovel again. Let's just sell all this stuff. If I had a Paladin again. Let's toss this a massive amount of gold in here. And then let's head back to the River of Flame. Alright. Now we are going up. The River of Flame. Waypoint. Find Diablo in his sanctuary. And let's go murder Diablo. Well, less murder and more breaking and entering, I guess, would be what's going on here. Ow. Should have really bought more potions.
Not enough money.
Really keep forgetting to do that. Didn't even need that one.
Alright, let's go back. That's my... Oh, I lost a lot of poison resistance.
It's okay. Chop this tree soon. Yes, we absolutely do. Which filter were you talking about? Is it the water filtered? Is it already turning red? Oh my god. And that's the curse I don't want. Large shield. Kinda just want to stop picking up. So, we're going to have a little bit of a problem coming up. Ooh, Ralwyn, I think we need one of those. We're going to have a little bit of a problem coming up. And that is Ooh, greater healing potion. Interesting. And that is the Grand Vizier of Chaos. The Grand Vizier of Chaos is fire immune. Is the first and only fire immune enemy in this whole entire game. At least in Act 1. Come on, I misclicked on that like 3 times. There we go. Alright. And a potion. Let's drink 1. Let's put this one in. Let's put this one in. And then what I want to do is I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I know for a fact that they're going to spawn from right there. There we are. Literally murder them all. Oh, I don't even want to do that. Let's go. There we go. Super healing, super healing. Interesting. Don't need these potions as of right now. And then let's break the second seal. Cool. The next one we are going to do is the Grand Vizier of Chaos. Excuse-moi. He is, again, immune to fire. Nope, wrong button. Alright, let's step another one. Did we break all the seals? Is he dead? There he is.
Not enough mana.
Looks like the Grand Vizier of Chaos was no match for Jirga. And then the last one... Ooh, got a lot of green right there. And the last one that we are going to fight is Lord Desace. That should show you guys how much I play this game when I know all of the Council of Evil's names. Infector of Souls, Grand Vizier of Chaos, and Lord Desace. Alright, I know the Lord Desace, he gets spawned right here.
Not enough mana.
So what's so great about the Trap Assassin is that I know where they're coming from. Or I guess not. Ring mail.
Overburdened.
Oh, we are overburdened by just way too much stuff. Okay, let's see if anything of this is worth it. I'm sorry, what question was that? What question is that?
What do you need?
Did I miss something? Don't care, don't care, don't care. Dahlia's Fetlock again. Got that. Saigon Sabbats. There we go. That's a good one. I got those. I don't need those. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, the proposal came out. Yes, it is a lot of questions. That was generally something that I had a problem with, too, when I was originally drafting this proposal. But I am fine with it, with so many questions. Solely because
the mass majority of them, that's a 0, that's a 2, that's a 4, that's a 4, that's a 3.
Stupid. Yes. So the majority of them are fighting-centric questions. The majority of his fighter-centric questions. So basically, knowing the rules. Oh, God. No, don't run off that way. God damn it, waste my whole goddamn thing. Oh, Diablo's going down fast. That was easy.
So these are all questions that you should know.
It's absolutely.
Mistake is finally corrected.
The harder questions are things like the tower stuff, but even then, like if you read through the Kuroheim manual, then you should know more or less about it. But also, it's not like we're just gonna like not show everybody the test and the answers. We're gonna give people, if they need it,
copies of them, so they have plenty of time.
Plenty of time to learn, understand, and to get the questions right. And as I had mentioned before, the mass majority of those questions are questions that you should know. Kelver, I know you could pass those tests already. I know you could pass those tests already. Again, the mass majority of it is game fighter centric rules, which stuff you should know since you have been fighting for so long. The other portions of it is tower member stuff. You know who the tower heads are. You know who some of the emissaries are. The only thing that might be difficult... I'm going to stop my recording really quick here. The only thing that might be difficult is the armor rules. Because we don't really cover the armor rules all too much in what we do. And if you... So, something I forgot to mention in there as well, Kelver. You can pass portions of the test and not have to take them again. So if you pass the culture and the fighting rules test, but you fail the other two, you don't have to take those two pieces, the two pieces you already passed. So it's possible very well that you may fail a part or two, but I think you will be fine, and then you'll have the chance to take those tests again, those sections of the test again. That's something that I forgot to mention when we were going through the when I was putting up the testing. But yes, I get you. It's a lot. It is something that I had a problem with when I originally started drafting the test. How can we expect probation people to memorize 4 pages of questions? And the answer to that is we can, because the mass majority, 2 pages of those things are literally fighting rules that everybody needs to know. It seems daunting, Kelver. It seems... Well, I should probably start my recording in a second. It seems daunting, but I don't think it will be too bad. Give me just one question. I completely forgot that thing opened up. Get out of here. Why did you open up in the business one?
It's not like I'm using it.
There we go.
That's something, Kelver? That might be something that we can talk about. Would you mind, in the comment section of there, letting your thoughts be known in there? Just so all the other tower members can see it, and then ask if you can be grandfathered in. So that we can make that something we can think about. So that when we get to the voting portion or the talking portion of it, we can decide what we want to do with that. But these questions, bro, name all the weapons. Where can you grab a spear? What happens if you swing a weapon and it hits your hand? Like, who is the leader of Kuroheim? Like, these are questions I think you know, Kelver. And yes, you have taken the test before, but I feel that you know these. You have no armor. You're fighting and someone hits your leg with a swung weapon. Then you are stabbed in the arm with a two-handed thrust from a pike. What happens? You put your arm behind your back, but you're still alive. Like, these are just normal battle interactions that you are doing in your battle computer already. The only section that I think, honestly, that you might have a problem with, Kelver, is the armor rules. The armor section, because we just don't cover the armor so much. And that I would suggest you would study for. But no, I get you. I love the concerns. And like I said, I had the concerns about it being too much in the beginning too. So as I mentioned, please write them in there, and then we can go from there. So that way all the tower members can see it. And on that note, I'm going to start recording again. And start on Act 4. Or Act 5. Close that out. Alright, here we are. Act 5. Excuse me, I'm just super burpy today. For some reason. Kelver, you know our tower and our culture. But if you only have to study for a smaller portion of it, 1 page worth of materials, Kelver, I think you can. I think you can make that happen. I very much think you can do it. This is a Sanders Rap 0, Sanders Raps 2. Fast 40% Rapaster 1 walk, a little bit more than that. Heal stamina 50%. It's not worth the effort. Let's keep it anyways, just in case we get a Sanders Rap that can fit with that. Okay. So, as I had said before, I am very interested in making sure that I complete all the quests here in every act, and that includes the whole Neelathak, Mara, Nala questline too. So we're going to do that. We're also going to save the barbarians too, which is not something I normally do because I don't care about the barbarians that much, but we'll get to that. And yes, Kelver, again, I very much appreciate when you say your mind. So I very much would like to hear. Especially, again, coming from you, because you have been a strong member for a very long time. And if your concerns are there, it may possibly be the concerns of others as well. Out the main gate, and kill this guy. Oh god, they die so fast. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing that we do here in every single time we play this act. In the first act here, all we do is... the first quest, the first area here, all we do is just run on the outside.
You're going to run into very little resistance on the very edge here, and I know for a fact that there is a straight pathway up to the Overseer. I'm so ridiculously overpowered for this point, I'm not too worried about levels right now.
But Frozen sucks, though.
Just running on through. So, Apris and I watched The Last Emperor. Last night? The night before? I don't know. Everything's blurring together. I think it was last night. Yeah, I think it was last night. It was the 1987 Oscar winner. And I definitely enjoyed it. It was definitely a very long movie. 3.5 hours long. And basically it chronicles the life and times of the last emperor of China. During World War I, World War II, and... Oh, let me kill the Overseer here really quick before we continue on. Oh, that was easy. Okay, I missed that rune 4 times now.
Shank, your command has ended.
Haha. Bye, Overseer. Oh, I gained a level. How nice. More health. More damage. Boop. Yes, absolutely. Well, I am bouncing between both of them, Kelver. I'm not going to use these parts for the video. But I am bouncing between both of them to make sure I'm covering what you are talking about and also getting my recording aspects done as well. Thank you again, Kelver, for adding that those concerns. All right, Frigid Highlands. We all know what quest this is. This is saving the barbarians, and I really just don't... Ooh, a shale room. That's not one we have a lot of. But this place has the save the bar. Oh my god, so much ranged. Jesus. This one has the save the barbarians quest. So let's save the barbarians. Ooh, a nice crossbow. Ba, 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 ba. Oh my god, so much fire.
Good thing my fire resist is maxed out.
I'm trying to.
So, quest log. We need to save... Oops.
Save 10 more soldiers in the Frigid Highlands. Okay, we can do that. Now, granted, these guys are hitting like pea shooters, so, or like they're shooting peas at me, or spitballs or whatever. So it's not doing a lot of damage. It's just like the psychological aspect behind it, like definitely like a spiritual attack. Oh, 3 sockets. That would have been nice if it was a 4 socket. We're so much like an yeah. So it's like a spiritual attack, more like an overstimulation of like, this stuff is going on, holy crap. That was kind of what I'm feeling when I'm doing this quest. Alright, there's our barbarians again. Oh my god. Alright, another greater mana. You know what I never understood about the Barbarian quests? The fact that they have town portals. Am I casting that for them? Like, just, like, 3 town portals that I have without using the town portal spells? Or another shale run, I'll take that. Ooh, breastplate. Because if they have a town portal, they could just portal out. I don't understand why I'm doing this. Alright, here is, I think, the next one. Cast. Something I'm coming to find as well is that if I'm hit stunned or if I'm like going through the hit stun animation, I can't actually place a trap. So if I'm getting shot just literally to death. Oh, I got another level? Huh. If I'm getting shot literally to death, I can't cast anything. And it's like the death of 1,000 paper cuts.
Maybe not grandfathering past taking the test, but not being prohibited from testing would work for me. That's my suggestion you put in the post.
Okay. I feel you, Kelver. And I think you're very specific circumstances, Kelver, because you only show up like every so often because you have a really, really busy life. And being able to not do basically the one thing that you want to do only because you're stuck behind a test, I get it.
I get it.
Oh my god, where are the other barbarians for this? Is this it? Oh my god. Vermont, a soul rune. I don't think I have a soul rune, or maybe if I do, I don't have many. A longsword. Please, please have another. Oh no, this is the way up. Bro, oh wait, I literally have this thing hanging around this whole entire time. Okay, so we gotta find another 5 more barbarians somewhere. I feel like in the times where I literally run through, I find 5 or 15 barbarians just fine. Oh my god, okay. Just, where is the next one? Barbarians, please! Where are you? It just goes to show you how much I, like, know about this quest. I wonder if this is, like, ruining my frame rate. There we are. Oh my god. Okay, so if we are shouting "follow me," that is telling me that we are the ones that are actually oh, Demonhide Sash. That we are the ones that are actually You're right, I can't. And I appreciate that. Another level. Oh my gosh. I'm literally just burning through levels when I got to this act. Oh, forgot. Kane's all the way over here. Identify items. You're an even greater warrior than I. Garbage, Eyes and Hearts. Vidalia's Ambush. Ooh. That might take me away from that. Infernal Torch. Infernal Sign. Infernal Sign. Infernal Torch. String of Ears. So I currently have the internal... Let's put on the torch just for the heck of it. What does that get me? 2 to maximum damage, 1 to minimum damage, 4 poison over... That's absolutely garbage. Get out of here. Okay. So we got this one. So we got the 12% mana. It's really, truly what gets us. But this is 12 slots. It's a Demon Hide Sash. This is interesting. This is worth the change. Because I'm losing 12% regenerate mana. I think I'll go with the String of Ears. Now... we have Vidalia's Ambush level 4. 30 to dexterity, 50 to defense. That's pretty cool. Let's put it on here and let's see what we get. So we're getting even more lightning resist, even more fire resist. I don't think we need that. Hold on a second. So we're losing 50% poison resist. And then we get 40% to fire resist, 6 dexterity. Nah, it's really good that I have this, because if I get a third one, I can see what the 3 set bonus is. But I do not want that. Alright, let's go to the runes again. Let's go to the runes again. Oh, we need another one of these. Shale runes. Dragon Tail rune for the soul. Another shale. So we good on shale. And then we got a Rao rune. We got plenty of Rao runes. We got plenty of those guys. Do we have plenty of those guys? Yeah, we got 3 of them. We're good.
Evening.
Alright, now to go to chat. I'm glad you feel that way, because I really, truly wish a lot of our members would feel the same way, too. How many... Yeah, we could see if we can get more of them from her.
There is a matter which I hesitate to share, but I believe you are the only one who can help me now.
Anya!
A young alchemist and daughter to one of our slain elders has been...
Anya, I called her Mala. Whoops. So now we got 12 slots with this Demon Hide Sash. It's worth the effort. Okay, we all good to go?
Alright. I'm glad I walked back and got that,
And Ethereal.
Get out of here. Alright, let's go back. The plate belt. I'm pretty sure that's Saigon's. So for those of you guys who love the barbarians, there we are. We finally got the barbarians. Ooh, a giant... No, I don't want a giant sword. A breastplate. I miss a lot of stuff around here. There we go. Alright, so the Ariat Plateau is one of the ones that we could just kind of run through. I mean, can we run through it? I really just have not been speaking to anybody about the rewards.
Ooh, please, please, please be a 4-socket sword.
3 sockets, god damn it, so close. We were literally just running up the side. This is another one here that... What is going on? There we go. That we just kind of run through.
So, while we're running through...
I'm going to talk about the Last Emperor. So, we watched The Last Emperor, and it basically chronicles the life and times of the last Emperor of China. And it's really interesting because during this time, as being the last Emperor of China, was during World War I, World War II, and then the scenes... Oops, wrong button. The scenes take place in a Soviet correctional, or a Chinese CCP correctional camp, where they're trying to re-educate all of this stuff. And I did read through like the not the IMDb, the Wikipedia of this person, PU or something like that, PU, and it pretty much hits pretty close to what is in that biography. So it's maybe particularly historically accurate. But the reason why I wanted to bring this up is, first of all, to talk about something while we're running through the Ariat Plateau, because this is just absolutely fucking stupid. Come on, I set something on the ground there. But also, this guy was kind of a piece of shit, like his whole entire life. What do you expect from someone who was crowned emperor and nobody was able to counter his word? So when he was really super young, there was the revolution, the original Chinese Communist Revolution in like 1912, and they were able to
PU, sneaking the joint.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Greater healing, grab all this stuff here. Cool. Don't need you. And the crystalline passage is where we get to find Anya in the frozen river, so we gotta go look around a little bit more for this. So he was born, chosen to be emperor or whatever, and then in 1912 was the first communist revolution, where the Ho Chi Minh, maybe, I don't know. They didn't really go into that part. Took over, but they realized that having the emperor still be emperor in like a ceremonial stance is really valuable. So they ended up keeping him as emperor, but they couldn't leave the imperial compound up until 1920 something or whatever, where the next Chinese revolution, the actual CCP revolution, forced them out. Oop, here's the waypoint. Yeah, this is the first waypoint I got. Forced them out of the Forbidden City. So instead, they go to a coastal port in China, where they start learning and getting closer to the Japanese, which I don't know if you notice around 1924, 1930s time, might have some interesting stuff going on, i.e. World War II coming up. So the Chinese, while in their rise in the Pacific, convince this Emperor of China to become Emperor again of China, and they start in Manchuria, or as they call Manchukuo, or something like that. And he accepts it because he really wants to be Emperor of China again. Well, what he is fooled into thinking is that this is the frozen river. Yes, it is. Cool. I'll take this one.
he's fooled into thinking that he's going to be Emperor of China again, where it's not actually the case at all. He's just a puppet of the Japanese government. So, World War II happens. His wife becomes addicted to opium. Turns into just a catatonic just person. And World War II ends. World War II ends, and the Japanese really super try to get... Ooh, can I not carry anymore? I suppose I can, if they would stack it correctly. Oh, well, that's the end of that. Oh my god. Warm it up a little bit, guys. Argoth, let's go. Couldn't get out through the portal. So he becomes a puppet emperor to the Japanese government in Manchuria. Everything happens, and they end up... Death's Touch, sword, I don't care. The General Tan Dao Li Ga? The General's Tan Du Li Ga. That's a lot of stuff, none of which I care about. Whoops, wrong button. Another Sandra's Taboo. Oops, Saigon's Wrap. There we go. Got a level 5 Saigon Wrap now. Let's put that Saigon's Wrap in there, and we should have 2 pieces of Saigon level 5. Zero, 3, 2, 4, 0. God, 4. God damn it. I'm getting so many pieces of Saigon and none of them fit together. Where's I at? Okay. So, the movie itself takes place as in a CCP-controlled re-education prison where he tries to kill himself at the beginning of the movie, gets saved by basically the camp's warden, and this camp is basically meant to re-educate Chinese citizens to the CCP's way of propaganda, indoctrination, whatever. They very much paint these prisons as very sympathetic locations for Chinese citizens that participated with the Japanese in this World War II and everything that happened, but I very much 100% believe that that is not the case. That cannot be the case. In CCP-controlled prisons, re-education camps, no abuses or anything is happening. Everybody is really up on the level of just looking out for the good of what China is. I don't agree with this at all. Anyways, so they're going through their life in a series of flashbacks, and do I see Anya? Rescue Anya. She's right here, maybe? Yeah, she's right here. Greater healing, super healing. Way too many healings. Don't need you. Oh, a crown. I'll take that. And then let's go ahead and go back. And he's going through this re-education thing, writing out his confession or whatever. And eventually, after 10 years of being in this re-education camp, he was released. He was released at like 62-something years old or whatever. It's... Ooh, that's a really interesting bow. Storm Strike. All vendor prices, 15%. I might just have that on as my secondary weapon, just to buy potions. Yeah, I'll just use that as a potion thing. Aratha's Cuff, Eisenhart's Horns, the Battle Branch, level 1 Zeal. No. The Undead Crown. We'll talk about that in a second.
Gorefoot. We're good. Okay, the Undead Crown. What is mine? I currently have Lore as my thing. Plus $1 skills. I don't care. Garbage. Probably a really good necromancer weapon. Did I... What's this? Oh, yeah, Mala's potion. Let's go ahead and head back to here. And he gets re-educated and tossed out of the camp at 10 years. And, now we gotta wait for her to get out. There we go. And then he takes up the life as a Chinese commoner. Did I have to talk to her? Come on, don't do this to me, bro. Or do I have to talk to Mala first before I see her?
Thank you.
Okay, Anya is back. She's here. Or not here. Ooh, let's get... I forgot about the scroll of resistance. This is actually something I could use. Max resistance on everything. I'm doing very, very fine. Oh, I should probably go to everyone for the rewards.
Good day.
What did I get? I got 3 runes of things that I don't care about.
Good morning.
Alright, Anya. You've proven yourself. And you gave me a Cessus that has summoning skills for a necromancer. Bro. Yes, he became a gardener, a common Chinese citizen, and he became a gardener. A gardener, not a garden, a gardener. And then he's kind of going about his life, and then there's another kind of revolution or whatever, and the old prison warden is... First of all, I love Pindleskin, by the way, and I really want to point out Pindleskin here because he is just really cool. He's one of the few monsters that, like, drop almost everything. Almost everything. So, and then he meets his old teacher in a protest. He's being shamed in front of everybody because of his sins or whatever. China doesn't really go into that, or these don't really go very much into that. He tries to save him in some level of Chinese Stockholm Syndrome-esque whatever. He tries to save his former prison warden, which he keeps calling a good teacher because he taught him the ways of the communism, which again I feel is suspicious to say the least. He doesn't end up saving him, and they march him off to do some re-education or whatever. I don't know. I don't know very much about that. But oh my god, there's so many. The end of the movie has him go to the Forbidden City, his old home, which they had turned into a tourist destination in like the 80s. And he had to buy a ticket to go and visit his old home, which is something that they made a point of in his wiki, that he just kind of laughed and said, like, oh, it's interesting that for me to see my old home, I had to buy a ticket to see it. He meets a boy who is the warden's... not the warden's. He is the caretaker's son. And he's like, you can't do that. You can't be here. Blah, 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 blah. And he's like, well, I used to be the last Chinese emperor. And he's like, prove it. So he reaches behind the throne and pulls out that an old cricket, like, cage container that I received when he was a child, that he had stashed behind that seat for some reason. And he gives it to the kid, and he opens it up, and there's a live cricket in there. Like a live ass cricket in there. And I was like, there's no fucking way that this is that. You can't possibly tell me that cricket survived for so long. And then it pans back to Paiyu, and he's gone. He just disappears, and credits roll, and that was the end of it. What I really liked about this movie is it had a lot of Big Trouble in Little China actors in it.
And Apris pointed
It out to me because I'm not always the most astute when it comes to knowing actors and stuff like that. But now that she pointed it out, like the mass majority of actors in Big Trouble in Little China were very much present in that movie.
And I think it's because in 1987, which is when this movie was put out,
I don't think there's a lot of actors in China. So if you're looking for a Chinese or a lot of Chinese centric actors, you're going to be hitting the same actors several times. So that's just interesting to see.
But I really like this movie. It was a slow burn movie.
Definitely a little bit of action to it, but mostly just kind of like bittersweet moments and like the rise of the last Chinese emperor. I would love to see the Forbidden City. Honestly, I really honestly would, because I think it would be really cool to see it. But
I'm running out of potions again.
gotta make sure we pay attention to that. It was a slow burn. It was a political thriller, so it really, like, you weren't going to find explosions or a lot of battles or things like that in it. But that doesn't mean that... Get out of here. That doesn't mean that what was... Ooh, a Dole Rune. I don't think I have one of those. I think I'm just conditioned to not see runes anymore, because I have so many of them. But what was I going to say? What was I saying? I keep losing my train of my train of thought. I really like this movie. It was a slow burn political thriller, and it was 3.5 hours long. I sat through the whole entire movie for 3.5 hours, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed almost every single aspect of the movie. It won its Oscar in 1987, and I think it deserved its Oscar.
Dennis Dune, Victor Wong, Jade Go, Carrie Hayuki. Yeah,
yep. Thank you for making me feel very bad about not pronouncing the names correctly. What I didn't like about the movie is sometimes it was really confusing. It was really confusing because when you go back to movies in the 80s and like that, there are some weird choices in how they produce movies and how they cut things and how they tell their story. That really is not something we... let's go back.
That's something that we really see a lot of nowadays, because we just kind of chosen that we don't do it like that anymore. And on top of that, there was just some really confusing Chinese-esque things that don't translate, I don't think, really well to Western sensibilities. The Blade of Alibaba. Two Blizzard. If I had Blizzard, that'd be nice. Mana, whatever. Death's Touch Sword. Hellplague. Eisenhearts. Kliegau's. Another Sanders Taboo. Another Kliegau's Splinters. A Dole Rune. That's not a lot that we really could use. I don't know if I even have a Dole Rune. Yeah, okay, whatever. There was a lot of really weird things that I didn't know if it was just Western audiences would not know it, or if it's just like an Eastern thing that makes it that way. I don't know. But it made it feel kind of weird and choppy in some parts of the movie. I watched it a long time ago. I remember liking it, but then China and Taiwan had been fascinating to me. Peter O'Toole was in it. He was actually in a kind of a minor role. You wouldn't think like a major actor like him would be as a minor role, but he truly was a minor role in that movie. He was the tutor of the emperor, And he did have a little bit of part. You know, he gave him his interest in Western ideals and Western cultures. But then he like goes away and he doesn't really do very much of much in the movie. But outside of that, I really like how they portrayed him. He's kind of a piece of shit. He was kind of a piece of shit. But what do you expect from someone who was an emperor that had silver spoon in his mouth, or jade spoon in his mouth from the beginning of his life? Whoops. Oh, new stats. More health. More Wake of Infernos. I would suggest watching it. I would suggest watching it. Maybe not in a sit down and watch it all the way through in one time. It doesn't have an intermission like all the old movies used to have, but it did have like a point in the movie where you could cut it halfway and feel good coming back into it. So I think that's my rating for it. I gave it like a 7 out of 10. I think it deserved its Oscar, and I would definitely recommend it. So if you guys are into Chinese culture and you're interested on seeing what the life and times of the last Emperor Paiyu of China, then I very much would agree with Superior Sword Sword. Get out of here. Get out of here. I very much would suggest, ooh, a circlet. Maybe this is the 2-socket circlet. It is. I can upgrade my lore a little bit to make it just a little bit better, or make a different helmet at this point. I think after this Neelathok, I'm going to see if I can make a better helmet. Because lore is great, but I think I'm getting to the point to where I don't want lore anymore. And maybe there's a better helmet that I can rune word. Yes, that was actually a large part of it. No one was allowed to discipline him, and no one was allowed to test him. There's actually a few times in the movie where he and his brother just kind of like, hey, you want to see something fun? We're going to run around and like make everybody chase us. And no one was allowed to discipline him. The tutor was really the first place where he got a voice of like opposition to just him being emperor. And then there's another part in the movie where like his brother's like, you're not the emperor anymore. You got deposed. You're just the emperor of blah, 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 blah. And the emperor's like, Paiyu is like, nuh-uh, I'm the emperor. And he's like, prove it. The brother's like, prove it. And he's like, okay. He tells one of his eunuchs to drink a bunch of ink. And he does. And then his brother's like, well, I'll prove it that you're not emperor anymore. And then, like, he takes him to the outer wall of the city that's been all, like, walled up. And points out the new Chinese president. And he's like, yes, this is the guy who's actually in charge, not you. I'm going to move that right there. And, during that time, though, like, the Emperor was running around and causing a ruckus, and all of his eunuchs could do was literally just this weird, like, Benny Hill, like, hand wave, like, oh, calm down, sort of thing. It was very weird. But, again, as the Emperor cannot be disciplined or touched, you can't really do a lot when he is throwing a tantrum. Can't care anymore, huh? Let's go back. But either way, I very much enjoyed that movie. It's not really a movie that I thought I would have enjoyed. Again, slow burn political thrillers is just not something that's on my list of, this is going to be really, really cool movie to watch. Aratha's collar. I'm going to keep that I'm going to put that in my inventory over here. Did not forget about him. Somebody please remind me after I kill Neelathok, do not let me forget that 2-socketed circlet in there.
Anyways. I very much would recommend that movie. Again, take it with a grain of salt. This was 1987, and it was during the Cold War, but China was not, you know, technically a part of the Cold War. So it could very well be a lot more propaganda-esque. Oh, we are done with that. Let's... Could be a lot more propaganda-esque. Than you might want to see, but, you know, it's good. Alright, so we are still walking through the Halls of Pain, guys. This is a very long dungeon. I'm still looking for a 4-socketed sword for my spirit. Now that I'm not talking about movies so much, maybe I'll, There we go, we got... Oh, just what I needed, the waypoint. Awesome. Can I find the exit, please? It's probably right here. Maybe. Well, I was a liar. Come on! Kill these people! Seriously, just trying to walk through here. I'm walking here! Ooh, another amulet. So there we go. We talked about the Rings of Power. We talked about The Last Emperor. I'll wait till my next video to talk about Inception, because we watched that too. Please be the exit I'm looking for. God damn it. Oh my god. Die! Stop hitting me! I feel like I've been yapping, like, a lot. Oh my god, please just let me through. Please just let me through. This is the exit right here. I want to point out something here. That we came straight down that center section right there, and then we turned that way. And this right here, if we would have turned it this way, we would have got it right off the bat. Nice. Alright, running low on potions again. Look around, see if we need them. If we find them. We need a robot to counter your yappings like the one the Plankton has. You need a Karen. Trying my new mold, but the wax is too hot, so I'm waiting for it to chill. Cut that screen off our back door. Okay, you're doing a lot of stuff. Super healing, super healing. You know, that's something I thought about a while ago. Like, I really need a second person here to, like, get us talking more than just, like, me yapping away at something. Like, it would be really cool if I had a second person here, Apris, that would be able to bounce ideas and thoughts off of me and provide a different point of view on stuff, Apris, that I feel would add a lot to the discussion or the commentary, Apris. And then maybe while we're gaming, or I'm gaming, or doing whatever I'm doing, Apris. Ooh, Gothic Shield. You could do some gaming stuff too that we can make videos out of, Apris. And you don't necessarily have to show your face for it, because as you can see here, I am filming and I am not showing my face, Apris. So maybe, just maybe, I could have like a second person here that could really help me round out just me yapping away, Apris.
I can't hear you anymore.
I mean, I don't know anybody who would do that, honestly. I don't know anybody who would be able to fulfill that kind of role, Apris, and would be able to provide a really nice counterpoint to everything that I'm saying, Apris. But, you know, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't trust a lot of people, and I think, you know, everybody can see that in how I run the group and also how I just am in general, Apris. So it would be really hard for me to sit here and choose somebody to be here to help me to be generally interesting and good for the stream, Apris. I didn't even get a chance to see his name.
You dark mages are all alike, obsessed with power.
Alright, we'll go back and let's continue on with what we're doing. Talk to Anya before continuing through the Crystalline Passage, past the Glacial Trail, and proceed to the Mount Ariat Summit.
Stop.
Let's personalize this guy. This is Sloshy's Gleam Scythe Falchion. I don't think I'm ever going to replace this weapon by the end of the game. You know what the worst part is? I don't think Apris heard any of that.
Yes.
Well, you're just going to have to wait till the stream.
Hello.
Snakeskin Armor of the Centaur, I don't care. Vidalia's Rig. Vidalia's Barb. Eisenhart's Parry. I don't think I have Eisenhart's. Saigon's Shelter. Yep, there we are. Arctic Bindings. We can throw those out. Cathan's Seal, we throw that out. And then we got Nozakin Relic, which is not something I care about. Okay. Let's see if I have any other pieces of Saigon's set. That is 5. And I think I do. I didn't forget about this guy. I'll make him in a second. So we got level 4, 4. So we got those 2. 2, 3, and... What? Thought we had another level 5 here. We do. Shelters and wraps. So this is shelter and wrap is the hands, right? Oh no, the belt. So let's actually see what Saigon 2-piece gives us. Eisenhart's Parry. Never heard of her. You can actually throw this out because we don't need that anymore. Vidalia's Shelter. Toss that right there. And then if we put on Saigon and Saigon, this gives us 10% life stolen per hit, poison resist and light radius. This gives us Nova and extra gold. Not nearly as cool as I thought it was going to be. But having more pieces of a Saigon set is not something that just sneeze at. Yeah, this Apris guy definitely sounds like a real tool. I mean, I would love to see if Apris were to be helpful in some way, but you know, we can't really expect that, can we? Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change to filming. Nope, wrong one. We're going to go to desktop. And I'm going to open up Rune Word Calculator. So,
I'm recording this for you guys to see. I want to see what runes that I can do. So if we open this up, and we press tab, we're going to move this over to here. And then we're just going to go through and make sure we have just at least one of every rune. We got that. We got that. Got that. We got that. It's a dual rune. So we got Tal. Yep. Ith. Ammon. Hell. Ul. Tyr. El. Shale. Ort. Neph. Sol. Eld. Lum. Ral. Ith. Dole. And F. Okay, so we have all of those guys. So, making sure we have all of our runes here, let's see what head ones or helmet ones we can make. Actually, we can make a Splendor now. Two-socketed shield. Hold on a second. I have a Rhyme, which is +1 to all skills, regenerate mana, resistance, all that kind of stuff. So we can make a Splendor if we find a two-socketed shield somewhere, which I saw a million of them. This is the Rhyme that I have. But this helps with cast rate, which is great. Lore is the helmet that I can make, and I think that's the only one that I can do. Because everything else is weaker than that. So I don't really need to replace that. Let's see what we can do for 3 sockets. Peace. Radiance. King's Grace. Edge. I would love to make... Pattern, nobody cares. Ancient's Pledge. Malice. Principle. Venom. I don't have those ones. Okay, so really, honestly, I would just like to make a Splendor. So we got an Ethlum. And the other one I would love to make is my... Well... I can't get a 4-socketed shield for a while. But what I can do is make a Splendor, which is going to be an Ethlum. So let me bring this up and grab the Ethlum. Ethlum. Bring that to my second tab. This is my second one. This is here for my rune sword whenever I get to that. So this is my shield. This is my sword. So I'm looking for a 2-socket. Actually, a 2-socketed shield is going to be really easy to find. It's that 4-socketed sword that's going to be a huge problem. So I don't need this. I don't need a better helmet. Okay. So let's go to Gaming Filming. So now we're back to here. We're going to go down to here. So if I can find a 2-socketed shield or a 4-socketed sword, I would be very happy. Okay, so now we're going to go through the Crystalline Passage again. Oh, the House of Vought. Damn it. Well, I got the waypoint anyways. Oh, I should have bought some potions. Well, let's see if we can find any. I'm definitely hitting respawn caps of items. Two-socketed crystal sword. Every time I see a crystal sword, I'm like, Huh. Three socket head. Superior healing potion. Just give me a 2-socketed shield and a 4-socketed sword, and I won't have to have. I don't have to have the items up anymore. 1 socket. What did I pick up? Get out of here. You know, I'm going to sit here and say, oh, a 2-socketed shield is going to be really easy to come by. And we are coming to the fact that maybe that might be not the case. Heavy belt. Ooh, bone shield? 2 sockets? 1 socket. Piece of shit. Of all the drops. Crossbow, battle set, Grease sword, heavy gloves. I don't care. Ceremonial javelin, longsword. I think longswords can only get, I don't know. Ceremonial javelins. Up there we are. This is the Glacial Trail. The Glacial Trail is one of those things that we just kind of run through a bunch. We don't really get. I'm gonna do something stupid. I'm gonna do something real stupid. I want this shield now, and I don't want to run around for it. Please give me 2 sockets. 3 sockets. Fuck me. That's useless to me. Ugh. Three sockets. I want to have my spirit at least before the game ends. Cleaver. Axe, septum. Bone shield, level 33. Please give me 2 sockets. 2 sockets, yes. Okay. Alright. 2 sockets. Rune Word Calculator back up again. Wrong button. Splendor is F-Lum. E-T-H Lum. F-Lum. E-T-H Lum. There. There we go. 1 to all skills, which is great. Has a higher block chance. Don't care. 10 energy, regenerate mana, damage reduced by 3. Yeah, this is better. This is better. All right. So we got our 2-socketed shield. So now I need a 4-socketed sword. Just give me a 4-socketed sword and I will be so happy. That should show you how difficult it is to get a 4-socketed sword versus a 2-socketed shield. Which now I feel if I was just a little bit more patient, I would not have wasted those sockets. Oh well, it's not like I'm going to play any more of this guy. Oh, and this is the Drifter Cavern. We don't want that.
Greater healing. Greater healing. Greater healing. Heal that. Super mana. Good enough for me. We don't want the Drifter Cavern. We want Ariat Plateau.
Ooh, we get a mall.
Oh my god, we really went all this way. I could probably find a 3 or 4 socketed armor that's better than the, now we're getting too many healing potions. Like, what is... I can never get what I want in this thing. Light pleated boots. You're overburdened? I don't think so. Now let's go find out what we're doing.
Stay a while and listen.
Stay a while and listen.
I am overburdened.
Shut up.
Evening.
Goblin Toe. 30% run, walk, speed. Chance of crushing blow. This would be great if I was a melee character. I am not. Bye-bye. Sandra's Taboo. Is this better than the one I have? It's the same thing. Get rid of you. Shit! Did I just fuck that up? I think I just fucked that up. Please tell me.
Peace, Radiance, King's Grace, Edge. Edge was a 3-socketed weapon. No, that's a bow. I don't want the edge. It was the other one. No, never mind. I think it's 4-socket. Insight. That's what I was looking for. 4-socket. So I was actually good. Bone Snap. Always good to see one of these, especially with really high rolls. Bye bye. Rust Handle. 1 to Paladin skills. Great if I had a Paladin. Nozakan Relic and Aether's Cord. Let's get rid of all that stuff and toss this massive amount of money into my thing. Moving on, moving on. Ow, fuck you! I just walked out of the thing! Get out of here! I literally came out of the portal and he rams me with unnecessary force. Nothing interesting. Nothing interesting. Can I get 3-socketed giant sword? That would not be helpful. Nope, another chest with literally nothing in it. Oh, that's cool. Moving on. You want gargoyle head, giant... Stop it! Broadsword. Please be the ancient way. Oh my god, the waypoint. I don't want the waypoint. God. All right, you know what? I have a strong feeling. I have a strong feeling that if I would have turned left instead of right, that would have been it right there. Oh my god. This is fucking stupid. I always like the mechanic behind these evil urns. It's basically just you spawn a boss pack. Okay, you scared me. It's right there. It's right there. Did I use a Gothic shield? Nope. Let's go back. New skill, more vitality. It's almost as if this is a whole thing. Alright. Level 46. This is the highest so far of any
Good evening.
any run that I've done. The highest level of any run that I've done.
Good evening.
Trade. Soul Harvest. Griswold's Edge. Venom Ward. Cathon's Sanders again. 50% damage taken goes to mana? I like that roll better. Soul Harvest. Is that better than what he has? He has just Razor Time.
I'll put that to good use.
A little less, a little higher. I think that's a good switch. Yeah, put that to good use.
What do you need?
Is there a 3-socketed shield? Armor, helms, swords, missiles, body, claws, shields, Ancient's Pledge, high resistances, and nothing else. So that's not needed. All right, let's just sell it. Get rid of it. Oh, I didn't mean to go in there. The Frozen Tundra. Oh my god, I forgot that we have such a long way to go. Alright, now we have mana potions at the yin yang. Alright, this is another one that we're going to run on through because there's not much here to actually, like, do. Well, we're running... Oh, wait, I saw something. There we go, Crystal Sword. Yes, you can. You are just picking up absolute garbage that doesn't need to be in anything. Crystal Sword. Bastard Sword. One socket, one socket. You guys, all that time for literally... Oh, another Crystal Sword up here. These 4 sockets, 2 sockets. God damn it. While we're running through here, I'm going to talk a minute about Inception. Inception was a dumb movie. It did not deserve the awards and accolades it was given. It was entertaining, but it was dumb. I really, really enjoyed the twist at the end. Because that really, it was not expected, honestly, in my opinion. as someone who has never watched that movie before. However, the visuals were beautiful in that movie. They absolutely were. Oh my god, so much anxiety here. The visuals were beautiful in that movie, which is fantastic, but the story left so much to be desired, and the writing was terrible. The writing was terrible. You mean to tell me that this college student that they recruited, and if you guys don't want to have any spoilers for Inception, even though that movie is, I don't know how old at this point here, please just stop listening or whatever, or skip to some mark in the future. Evil Urn. Give me use the Evil Urn. Ouch. Ancient Way. I'm gonna yap my way through the Inception for the rest of the Ancient's Way, and then that'll be it. I won't talk about Inception anymore. But, the story ran into the same problem that The Rings of Power did, where they're trying to, the plot moved forward not from any coherent storytelling, but because the plot had to move forward, and that is just the worst fucking writing in the world. I can't care anymore. That's true. That's just the worst writing in the world. Oops, let's go back here. You mean to tell me that this college student, somebody who they met 5 minutes ago, all of a sudden was the greatest architect in the history of architects? 23% better. Is that the low end? Yeah, I'll take that. And then that one didn't matter. Saigon's Gauge. Yeah, let's switch that over. Go back to the Saigon section here. Saigon's Gauge 4. Stupid. I already have a Saigon Gauge 4. Shots on the ground, I don't care. So a college student that they hired on 5 minutes ago was literally all of a sudden the greatest architect in the whole entire world. That within the course of 2 days, maybe 2 days, I don't know, in the course of 2 days got so close to Leonardo DiCaprio's character that she can easily and correctly psychoanalyze every single problem that this character had, and then have the rapport with this person to not sound like an absolute complete bitch when telling him that he needs to fix his goddamn problems. She reminded me of Book 1 Hermione. Someone who was literally just a know-it-all, who knew everything and had no problem sticking her nose into everybody's fucking business. 3 sockets, god damn it. And you can't tell me that that's good writing. And then she doesn't even have a nickname. That is confusing. Like, this person is so comfortable with everybody else that she can, like, psychoanalyze the main character correctly, tell him that he has to fix his shit, and do it quickly, and she doesn't have a nickname. Everybody else has a nickname. Everybody else has some thing that everyone gets called by, and she is still whatever her really long form name is. I don't remember what it is. It's some Greek tie-in or whatever. I agree, Apris. It just made it seem like other movies with similar premises are much better. And that could honestly be because, Inception walked so that all these other knockoffs could run, but blade, 1 socket blade, long staff poignard. But either way, it's not good writing. They didn't take the time, even though the movie was 2.5 hours, they didn't take the time to like build up these relationships. Like, you could tell that, what's his face? The forager, the guy who, Tom Hardy's character. You could tell they had a rapport together because of the way that they talked, the way that they were together, and the way that they formulated a plan to try and get saved as soon as they could. In the Mombasa section of the movie. But with her, this is such terrible writing. They didn't take the time to like build this relationship with her for her not to seem like a complete fucking bitch. And the movie suffers for it. The movie absolutely suffers for it. The twist at the end was great. The tie into the beginning of the movie with Saito dying in the thing, and then like becoming an old man, but then weirdly like waking up and instantly like taking a phone call, or fulfilling his end of the promise or whatever. Was kind of weird. Something else I didn't appreciate with that movie as well was the unexpected stupid plot twists. Like, okay, so in order for them to go 3 dreams down or 4 dreams down or whatever dreams down or whatever, they had to take this highly powerful sedative, right? So they all took the sedative, and in the dream, in the dream, it is revealed, literally when, like, Demon High Boots, I'll take that. It's revealed that, I can't carry anymore, that's probably a problem. No, God damn it. Gothic Shield, get back in my book purse. There, Demon Hide Boots, give me that. It's revealed after they've taken everything, after they've already established in this world of, Inception or whatever, the dream world, that there's no consequences to dying other than you wake up. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's like, no, we can't die, because if we die, then we get stuck in limbo. And it's like, you could not at any point in time in this entire movie have said that and made that like a more interesting plot point. You couldn't have taken, 2 minutes out of your day for Yusuf to take Dom aside and be like, hey, there's a little bit more to this than you realize. This is a very powerful sedative. If you die in this world, I don't think you can wake up from it. And then that adds a little bit of audience understanding of why this is even more dangerous. They do the same thing in going through fortifying your mind. The whole entire beginning of the movie was Saito having his mind fortified against Dominic's attacks, so that he could like catch him and do all that kind of stuff. So they already stated that they could do that, so why didn't they do that with this all of a sudden really super important thing that they just sprung on us, like when in the moment that it's a problem. It's terrible writing. Woe stave. War cries, enemy prevent, monster heal, defense, that's a lot of defense. Freezes target. Eisenhart's parry, already have one. Reflex bow, don't know why I had that. Inferno stride, which is that. That's cool, but Cow King's hide. Ooh, we got the second piece of the Cow King. Let's see if this does anything. So the only thing I really care about here is the one to all skills. 100% of dead defense, 20%, 25% resisting to cold. 100% of dense defense. So it doesn't add any extra? Well, that's stupid. Hold on a second. I think I have a third Cow King's piece. I want to see if it changes anything. It is the Cow King's hooves, so it's boots. I think I have it at level 3, but I don't have it in anything other than level 3. Yeah, it looks like I only have it in level 3. That's okay. Well, what we can do now is we can set this in here, and we know that we don't want to use this level 3.
Can I help you?
Sell that. Get rid of that. Put a massive amount of money back in the bank. And then away we go. So what am I saying? It just seems like they could have... Okay, last words about it. It just seems that they could have done better writing. The visuals were great. The story, the characters were okayly acted. It just seems that they could have done it better. All right. No more about Inception. We'll go back to the story.
I shall prove.
All right, take that. Look how easy that was. And now we do the final slog. The final slog through the Ariat Summit. And we are done with playing 3 acts for today. I really wish I find like a 4-socketed sword. Wow, that was incredibly fast. Makes up for all the times I didn't choose the right way. Have I told you guys why I love Diablo 2? First of all, I think it has a really large nostalgia factor in the game because I grew up with this game. Oh, there's the World Stone. Or the World Stone Warp. Superior Fesca. Oh, that's a hand weapon. I don't give a shit. But also, it's just so endlessly repeatable. This is the second character that I'm running through just as for this video series. And not only is the second character, but this character specifically, I had to run through... Oop. I had to run through Act 3 and 4 twice on it. It's just, I have so much endless fun, even though it looks like I'm saying it's a chore. I have so much endless fun with this game. I love the music, I love the backgrounds, I love everything about this game. Also, this fire Trapacin is just turning out to be just maybe a little bit too easy, but it's also, again, because I am level 47. I am level 47, so there is just nothing here that can take all of this damage that I'm dishing out. So, I did my first Sloshy video did really, really good.
And currently, as of right now, that's the only video that's posted when I'm recording it. It did really, really good. And I did boost it because I like that. I would like the views and the notoriety for it. Bring mail down that way. So that kind of tells me why it did so good. But again, I think spending just a little bit of money to do your best to build a community of people who are willing to watch your stuff is not so bad. Oh, that was easy. World's Throne of Destruction. This is the last big major area. Super Mana Potion. Could always use more of those. I did boost it a little bit, which is fine. But I really would like to start garnering that community just a little bit stronger. And that's all I really want out of my videos, guys. You know, like, comment, subscribe, and stuff. It helps with the algorithm, and it really helps me try and build up what I'm trying to do here. But more importantly, though, I would like to just have a small community of people who come out and, you know, hang out in my streams and... Oh my god. Oh my god. There we go. That come out and hang out in my streams and, like, have fun and... you know, we do this and just, again, have fun. So that's what I would like to do, and it's really hard to do it when, you know, you guys have a million, a bazillion, a dillion choices on what you can choose to watch. So I very much appreciate, guys, when you do watch my stuff, and I appreciate if you do interact with it as well. Colenso the Annihilator is immune to fire, so we're just going to sit here and beat him to death. The old-fashioned way. Oh, that was a little bit better. Alright, what are they going to do? Spawn and then die. Oh, that's a lot of mana gen. With my immense fire resistance. This is literally the easiest I've ever had this happen. Very much different from my Amazon video. The only one to live was Lister the Tormentor. That's cool. Alright. Let's gather up any potions or anything interesting that we see on the ground, which is literally nothing. Let's go, and to escape, go to options, let's go to gameplay, scroll all the way down, and let's do /players8. Apply. And I want to kill Ball at /players8. Okay. The last final battle, guys. The last final battle. Actually, before we do that, let's turn in all of this stuff. And then I am done with Diablo for a little bit of time.
The ancients have...
Like I said, I think I want to do a challenge run with a paladin. A different one. So I'll look that up and see what I want to do to make it cooler than just kind of like, oh, more monsters. Well, I can sell to you. The Dragon's... Okay. Dark Glow. Faster run, walk, all resistances. That's actually really cool. Don't care, don't care. Blade Buckle. 12 slots, which is the max slots that we can get. Regenerate mana. Yeah, I think I'm good now.
What is my... I think he still has that stealth on.
I think stealth would just be fine for him. Alright, let's sell off the rest of that items. Trade. And then, let's go ahead and fight Ball as his most powerful, at his highest strength, and literally murder him. Because I feel like that's what's going to happen. Because my Wake of Inferno does 2,400 to 2,800 damage per second. Alright guys, let's do this. I'm going to put 5 of them on him. Oh wow, actually he's doing... Bale has a lot of health.
I mean, he's doing just fine, because,
You know, we are killing him. Oh my god, look at that. Remember, these are doing 24 to 2,800 damage per second. I have 5 of them on him, which means it's doing 10,000, at least 10,000 damage a second. That's level 8 Ball. But just like everything else, he falls just as easy. And there we go. That was literally the easiest Bale I've ever seen in my entire life. Quest complete. Alright, as Tyrael comes down from the heavens to greet us like Chuck Norris,
let me go ahead and show you guys
everything that I have.
So this is my character sheet here. 55% generate mana.
Health, heal stamina.
Life stolen per hit, mana stolen, none of that stuff matters. 121 extra gold from monsters, 20% of getting extra better items. Increased attack speed, doesn't matter.
37% from faster run walk.
70% of mana taken that goes to mana. 11 mana per kill. So I was very mana savvy this time around. I'm ending this run at level 48. With almost max resistances. Let's go ahead and open up our skill tree. This is our skill tree. There's nothing in anything else. We got 14 or an 11 base Fire Blast. We literally went so hardcore into fire that this is an untenable build in Nightmare in Hell, but Nightmare in Hell is not my concern. Maxed out Wake of Inferno, maxed out Wake of Fire, and then Fire Blast. So that was all of that. And of course, what you guys want to see the most is my inventory. I'm going to identify these for you too, so you don't have to worry about that. So first we got Sandra's Taboo. You guys can pause the video. Sloshy's Gleam Scythe Falchion, which I'm so mad that I didn't get my Spirit. I'm so mad I didn't get my Spirit. Demon Hide Sash, String of Ears. Cow King's Hide, Studded Leather. Lore, always a great helmet to have. Eye of Etlich. Eye of Etlich, which is always a good one to have. Bone Shield, Splendor, always a good one to have. Vidalia's Fetlock, which gives me lots of stuff. And then we have Monald Healed, and another Monald Heal. Alright, let's go ahead and identify these items to see if there's anything good.
Morning. The ancient.
I should probably identify the item.
Hello. What do you need?
Tankred's Crowbill, I knew that. Saigon's Visor, good to know, another 5. And Berserker's Arsenal, level 60 Berserker's Arsenal. You can just fuck right off.
Alright, let's go look at what we have here. I know we have 3 pieces of 5. Or am I just making this up? 5, yeah, right there. Saigon, Saigon, Saigon. Yeah, 3 pieces of it. Let's make sure any of my other Saigon pieces are not 5s. Just sad that I have... Actually, I can wear all of these, funnily enough. I think it's Crowbill. I think it's Crowbill 5. Oh, this is the upgraded version of it. That's cool. Okay.
Let's put on some Saigon pieces. So we get 10%, 10% lifestone per hit, 100% defense, poison resist, light radius, extra load for monsters, blah blah blah, and then we get minus 2 to light radius. That's a green. That's a weird. All right, let's put this shield on.
Use this yet.
Can't use this yet.
Where's my strength at? I'm 1 away. Dang it.
All right. Well, who gives me strength? Who's this guy? And then let's put you on. And let's put you on. So this gives me
80% cold attack rating. So 80% attack rating, 30% cold resist.
Yeah, these are just dumb.
Okay, let's put these back.
And then I'm going to do something.
To end off the end of this video, because I have half an hour anyways to do this. Actually, I need to end off this video like this. So, he didn't come in and tell me everything. Yeah, he's over here.
I am impressed.
Can you open up the portal, please? I would like to open up the portal, please. Okay, for some reason... Fine. Fuck you. There we go. I get it anyways. So, now I want to just kind of do a little bit of a footage thing to end off the end of this video. And that is as simple as going to the cow level. I don't even need any of this. And trying to get a 4-socketed, oh, wrong one. Just trying to get a 4-socketed, crystal sword. Trying to get a 4-socketed crystal sword. And all I'm going to do when I show this part is I'm going to show me picking it up and then making my spirit and putting it on. Because I really, really just needed that to end off this Amazon playthrough. I just need Wart's Leg. All right.
Great.
Nothing to identify with you. Let's go to Okara. Let's go to Okara. Trade. Let's buy out this because that is needed. And let's buy one of these guys. Yes. Let's go to here. Open this up. The secret cow level. Alright, I seriously just, all I need is a sword from here. Two-socketed crystal sword. Garbage, garbage. Come on. I literally... And you. Come on.
I am overburdened.
My garbage. Okay, I literally... Come on. Are you really doing this? Probably some garbage, too. There we go. Jesus. Moo moo. Moo.
Greetings.
Yes?
Hold resist. This is the exact same thing.
I don't think. You know what? Fuck this. Give me just 1 second. We just record a black screen here really quick. Load existing character. Sloshy is open. Yes, I know. I'm gonna add crystal sword. Add item. Down, save to file. Here. X. Resurrected. Surrender. E. This file on destination. Okay. Let's bring it back up. There, you guys have recorded evidence that it's cheating, but you know for a fact that I'm not going to put this in there. Come on. Nightmare.
Good day.
There we go. What is spirit? Wood calculator. Our slots. Tal, Thul, Ort, Ammon. Tal, Thul, Ort, Ammon. Tal, Thul, Ort, Ammon. Tal, Thul, Ort, Ammon.
Good day.
Wow. Super underwhelming. Where's my +2? My spirit didn't roll with +2 to skills. After all that time.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know why.
Good day.
Both to all yeah. What a bunch of fucking bullshit. Alright. That's it for Sloshy. Save and exit. Alt F4. And then we can stop recording. Let's go to chatting. Okay, there we go, guys. That was actually quite a bit.
That was 3 acts of Diablo that we played in one day. That was... Ooh, I got a sweat mark. That was a lot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go here. Go to videos. Sounds good, Mom. I'm going to be heading out here in like the next 10 minutes or so. The 27th. All of them on the 27th, which are these 3 videos. We're going to compress to a zip file. So this is going to take forever because this is like fucking almost 4 hours of video. While this is going on, I'm going to use the restroom really quick. Position 3. Position 3. Position 3. Unlock me. An OBS bot. I'll be right back.